Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another Where Winds Meet video. Today I have for you the Nameless build. That's right, we are pairing the Nameless sword with the Nameless spear to deal an absolute incredible amount of damage to the raid bosses. And this build works solo as well. Just look at these numbers. 375k damage. That is insane. And the crazy part, this build is surprisingly tanky as well. So without further ado, let's dive in. So let's start with the weapons and skills. First, we have the Nameless sword. We only use the martial skill for exactly one thing, generating the chi shield. I will explain why the shield is so vital when we get to the gear section. For our main weapon, the Nameless spear, let's take a look at the martial skill. We have the Chiankun's lock. I hope I said that right. This immobilizes the target for 2 seconds. But more importantly, it restores 30 endurance and reduces your endurance consumption by 10%. And when paired with the inner way, Mountain's Might, that reduction goes up to 20%. That is huge for this build. You will soon see why. For the special skill, we have Legion Crusher. Using this puts you into the unrivaled state, the Wushang stance. And for the charge skill, we have Storm Dance. This is where that massive damage comes from. And can we just say this is hands down one of the flashiest looking skills in the game? You spin the spear in place, consuming endurance to increase the number of spins. A very crucial tip, because this whole build relies on endurance. Make sure to submit your oddities to increase your max endurance as much as possible. Now for the gear sets, I'm using my personal favorite, the Hawking set. When you deal affinity damage, you gain Hawking, which further increases your DPS. Simple and effective. Just make sure you have at least 10% affinity. But for the second set, I'm using the Form Bend set. Remember when I said that we're only going to use the Nameless sword for generating the chi shield? This is where that comes in. It extends your shield duration. And when you have the chi shield, you take 20% reduced damage. Now let's take a look at the inner ways. I already explained the first one, Mountain's Might. Second one is Battle Anthem. Pretty simple. Increases the charge skill damage. Third is Adaptive Steel. Ignore the boss's physical defense. And the last one is Morale Chant. This increases the physical penetration by 2 and boosts your damage and healing. Always a must in any build. For the Mystic skill, I'm still using my favorite Golden Body. But along with that, I love to use Free Morph, especially with this build. Why? Because whenever your endurance go down, you have a few seconds. Why lose that DPS? Use Free Morph to keep the flow going without having to stop and wait for the regen. It feels really smooth. Alright, time to see some gameplay and the combat rotation. It's very simple. Start with the sword, hit the martial skill 3 times to generate that chi shield. Now switch to spear, hit the special skill, hit the martial skill. Now you have all the buffs active. Start spinning your spear with the charge skill and delete the health bar. Honestly, this build is the perfect mix of damage and tankiness. You get to look cool spinning the spear like a Wuxia master. You see giant damage numbers popping and it's ton of fun to play. Alright, that wraps up my Nameless build. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment if you have any questions or tweaks for the build. And subscribe for more Where Winds Meet. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.